My name is Tanner Denton, and I'm responding to Adam Malakai's debate on Catalonian independence and the notion that Catalonia does not have a right to independence. Primarily, the argument that Catalans have no right to independence because their culture is not being suppressed is, frankly, an irrelevant argument. Stating that Catalonia is integrated into Spanish culture is, at its core, false. Catalans don't dance flamenco like the Spaniards do. Catalonians have banned bullfighting, which citing its barbaric nature, which is a staple of Spanish culture, among many other cultural differences. Although the previous ruler who tried to eradicate Catalan culture, Francisco Franco, is obviously out of power, the long-standing effects of this attempted eradication are still present. Additionally, it is irrelevant if we, as complete outsiders, perceive Catalans to be effectively represented by the whole of Spain. If we're arguing from a constructivist perspective, it requires the consideration of how the actual citizens of Catalonia see themselves. And in current times, they do not see themselves as a part of Spain, and worry is rising that the eradication or absorption of Catalan culture is extremely possible. Furthermore, only the discussion of the cultural level is a clear understatement of the full problem. You fail to mention the financial and the democratic level of this issue. Financially, it's not fair that Catalans are being forced to contribute billions of their earned taxes to the Spanish national government when Catalonia makes a unproportional amount more than every other state in Spain. As such, the Spanish government is requesting a disproportionate amount of money from Catalonia, as it is the most wealthy region in Spain, which is pushing Catalonia into debt. They're struggling to provide basic services for its own people. And the fact that the Madrid government can't grant Catalonia its own fiscal autonomy is an indicator of a larger problem and furthers the notion that Catalonia should have a right to independence. Additionally, concerns about this split financially are unbased. Catalan Republic could absolutely remain in the European Union without any sort of rocky transition. They have the capacity and the means to provide wealth for themselves if they're not paying taxes directly back to an oppressive government. Additionally, perhaps the most important part of this debate is the suppression of democracy. Catalans are being abused in the streets for speaking out against the Spanish government's suppression of their voting rights. A video in 2017 went viral of police brutalizing protesters in the streets. There were Catalan leaders being handed sentences upwards towards 13 years in prison after being found guilty of sedition by the Spanish government. And it's really counterintuitive to what us as the United States, the supposed pioneers of democracy, stand for. If we are to abide by while Spain abuses its citizens who want to break away from an oppressive government, it doesn't make sense. Our roots come from breaking away from a government who has misrepresented us culturally, abused us financially, and then attempted to suppress our democracy. If this is the case, then we must support others who want to do the same. As such, Catalonia has every right to independence.